This is NAB Show Live.
Hello and welcome to NAB Show Live. I'm your host, Ryan Salazar. Today we have a gentleman named Steve Lack, U.S. Business Development Manager of the East Coast at a company that's super popular, the Mandy Network. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. So everybody knows who Mandy is. So there's a lot of talk in the industry right now about gender equality and diversity in hiring. So what do you see happening in the industry that is making this business more inclusive for people who haven't traditionally been able to build a career in media, production, and advertising?
Well, in the U.S. and in the U.K., women make up only 25% of the production workforce. And in areas like cinematography, it's even less. But it's not only gender bias, but there's also a lack of ethnic and social economic diversity and people who haven't traditionally worked in the industry. So content producers have to ask themselves if their team reflects what society looks like. Why is this important? Producers want to create stories that reflect society at large. So the industry is growing at a tremendous rate with the need for 24/7 content and many new outlets. So we're looking for fresh blood to help meet that demand. But there's a lack of role models for these non-traditionally represented groups that can look to for guidance, mentoring, and encouragement. So just by talking about it and making people aware of it, we can really start to change the industry.
All right, so the film business has been a world of freelancers since the demise of the studio system in the 1960s. But the television and broadcast industry has only started moving into a freelancer's model. So what kind of advice do you have for somebody saying that works at NBC and they want to move into a freelance gig?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you've been at one place for a while or you've worked at several places over a long period of time, you cross paths with a lot of colleagues. But what most people don't do is use that time to build their network and make sure that they make real human connections with their coworkers. If you haven't done that or you're new to freelancing, the first step is to build up that network. So using a jobs board like the Mandy Network is a great way to pick up gigs and start to build up your contacts. You can use our directory to meet and reach out to people in your area and participate in online forums and really get to kind of build out your personal network. But you should also really learn to use LinkedIn and especially the advanced search features so you can find second level connections, which are people who know people you know, and start reaching out to them for informational meetings, learn about what they're doing and how you might fit in.
Yeah, actually, it's funny you mentioned LinkedIn. I've got 24,000 contacts now on LinkedIn. That's a lot of connecting.
Wow, I thought I had a lot.
Exactly. All right, so when you're in Las Vegas, well, all the years that you've gone to Las Vegas, is there something really cool you really like? I'll give you an example. I went to Pawn Stars. This was maybe 2-3 years after they started, but I don't know, 8-9 years ago, something like that. Loved it. Is there anything really memorable, like Hoover Dam or something like that?
Oh, Hoover Dam's awesome. The helicopter rides are great. But you know, the thing at Vegas is the going to the parties and the cocktail parties and the meetings and things. We're talking about networking and building your freelance career. The NAB New York, these types of conferences is just, it's a great way to do that, to get a deep bench for when you find yourself looking for gigs. You know what's going on in the industry when you go to a show like this. Awesome.
All right, South Hall, love South Hall, all kinds of great stuff in post in the same industry. South Lower, 14317, again, SL 14317. Steve Lack, U.S. Business Development Manager of the East Coast at the Mandy Network. We'll see you soon, sir.
Great, thank you. Looking forward to it.